Good evening, everybody. Welcome out to the Zelda 1 Randomizer Spring Tournament 2020. I'll be your host tonight. I'm going solo. Hopefully not so low that nobody can hear me. But yeah, we've got an interesting battle here between Sharky2107 and ellendar. I was not around for the last race, so I did not see the outcome. But what I understand is that the loser's remorse flag that's been turned on is 0 HP enemies. So that means that Wizrobes are not going to be as much of a threat in this seed as they've been in other seeds. We might still see some high HP bosses. We might even see extra HP bosses. And we might see a full HP Ganon. The sky is the limit. And it looks like we are underway, and it looks like we started up by Candle Row. And look at that. We have 6 of the 8 Triforce pieces, and we start with a boomerang, and we start with an arrow. So that is an interesting combination here. So they're going to need to find 2 pieces of the Triforce. It looks like they're going to need number 3 and 4. But of course, that does not mean that the other dungeons are going to be a complete waste of time, because they might have the items necessary. And it looks like ellendar finding the letter right away. And as we see, 0 HP enemies. So that boomerang is going to pull its weight quite a bit in this seed, which is useful. You know, these blue Lionels are terrible. And we're going to go check the vanilla sword spot. And it is, in fact, a vanilla sword. Now, this being the randomizer random percent tournament, a lot of these flags can be either on or off. You know, there's a 50-50. So, of course, the sword being shuffled is one of those flags. There are a few flags that are guaranteed to be on. We're definitely having Cave Shuffle, for the most part. More importantly, the dungeons will be shuffled, and there's a 100 rupee secret. And we don't know what kind of a quest we have at the moment. We did see 100 secrets, so we don't know if there's 2 more waiting around, or if that's going to be the only one we get. We also don't know other important things, such as we don't know if we have a boomstick seed or not. And, okay, interesting. Oh, unfortunately, it looks like it's either mixed hints or community hints. We got anything here under the Armos? Nope, just the potion shop. Although ellendar can check the potion prices. But yeah, again, going back to my original point though, so we don't know what kind of overworld this is. We're gonna find out. I'm getting confirmation in chat. The book is to translate hints. So that must be one of the old man translation. There we go. Sharky getting some bombs. See what's in here. It's Rupee Secret, and it's oh, look at that. Okay, so that is confirmation. We are in a first quest overworld. We could be in mixed quest, but anyway, we are not dealing with pure second quest. Yeah, so it looks like we're in a mixed overworld. So I don't know if getting confirmation here, the bomb wall didn't open up, so yeah, so definitely mixed quest. So that does mean, though, that the things such as the recorder and the power bracelet are going to be a lot more useful, such as in this screen that Sharky is on. It also means, too, that, yeah, we've got something here under that. Okay, so here's our Take Any roads. And that's good information because... Oh, okay, all the way up here to the Lost Hills. And we got another one here that leads to... Ooh, that's the raft spot. That is one of the raft spots. And, okay, not terrible. I mean, that one on the raft spot, that's kind of useless. Unless you do manage to find the raft, and boy, that would be an interesting little secret. getting the raft to get a shortcut to the coast in order to pick up what's on the coast. That is a good point. If we do find the recorder, and the recorder is to the old dungeon locations, the vanilla dungeon locations, we can skip that raft completely. But I'm thinking like an interesting time saver where we know something's important, such as the silver arrows on the coast, and you find the raft pretty early. You could just want to use one of the take any's to get to that raft location, and oh no, look at that. We have hidden dungeon levels numbers. So this is going to be interesting. Now, the thing is, though, is the palette actually might give it away. Okay, so we know by the palette that this cannot be level 4, unless it is shapes. It could be vanilla level 6. We don't know if it's vanilla 6 first or second quest. Yes, that's right, hidden dungeon numbers. I keep forgetting that proper term. And it looks like, unfortunately, Ellendar is locked out of the rest of this dungeon, at least in that direction. Well, we can go right, or we can go up. Let's see, what do we got here? Well, it's just a mold orm, so that's not too bad. Get some free bombs here. Okay, well, there is a compass. Okay, so we know that it is one of the dungeons that we have the Triforce to. So that means we're not in level 3, this means we're not in level 4. So this must be level 6. Okay, there we go, we can push this. Okay, here we go, there's a heart container, so we don't know quite yet if we've got Heart Shuffle on, but at the very least, that's the coast heart. If we see a heart on the coast, we'll know for sure that, yeah, second quest rooms for certain, but I believe that's already on anyway. So if it's second quest rooms, you're right, second quest rooms indicates that we're definitely not dealing with vanilla first quest. It's most likely... Nope, not second quest. Well, no, it can't be second quest 5. Unfortunately, that Triforce isn't going to really help out too much. Is it? Nope. Yeah, that's one of the interesting things about, starting with Triforces is even with the hidden dungeon numbers on, you're still not going to be able to know what dungeon you're in because you already have the Triforce for that dungeon. So let's see here. I don't know how far up... I know there's a bait for 60. That's a vanilla price, I believe. So here's another dungeon, and this one looks like it's the level. Actually, that's a good question, what palette it is. Oh, wouldn't it be interesting if all the dungeons were the exact same palette? I mean, I'm pretty sure that's impossible. Okay, well, we can't go this way. Can we go up? No, we've got to walk through walls. This has got to be a second quest. Or shapes. And, okay, here we go. Just another room with traps and keys. Nothing too big. There's the map. We have a confirmation of shapes. Yep, that's shapes. And that looks like it's too small to be 7 or 8. So this has got to be 1 to 6. Probably level 6. Or were we just in level 6 and this is 4? So now that we know its shapes, question is, which dungeon is this? Judging by the size, I'd say it has to be something like 5 or 6. Interesting. I thought we couldn't have dark rooms and shapes. I guess I was mistaken. But either way, there's not really going to be anything of value on the floor here. Because, of course, Triforces can't drop in dark rooms, and, important items can't drop in the rooms. Although I could be proven wrong. And it looks like we've got permanent sword beams on. Another runner going to be buying the bait, and it looks like, ooh, just an empty, just a dead end there, unfortunately. Get all turnstile room over here. Gonna go over here to the right and see what's over this way. This could possibly be something. There is a key in the middle, but again, one of the things that, a lot of runners might forget is, nope, it doesn't push, but you can actually have, standing items in a room with push block leading to the staircase. And it looks like Sharky has found another level here. This one looks more like the level 3 palette. Which, if it's good, that's actually really good, because that would be one of the Triforces that they need. Unfortunately, ellendar are going to be using up all of their keys, and oh, look, there's another locked door. Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah, there's the Wall Master here. And that is the Triforce. And it's a good thing that, ellendar was able to defeat that Wall Master in that position, otherwise, we kind of get Y-forced out of the rest of this dungeon. So let's see here. Sharky checking out the rest of this level. Ooh, almost getting wall mastered. Meanwhile, we've got a shutter door room here on ellendar's side. Nothing, but we do find a heart container, so this is confirmation we have Heart Shuffle. This is going to be a long one, folks. Heart Shuffle usually ends up making the seed, a little bit longer. I mean, with the 0 HP enemies, it's not as bad. There we go, and I think there's still a heart container item. Nope, nothing there. This one could have something, though. This is an Aquamentus room. No, there's nothing there. Now this room that Sharky's in doesn't need to go check around for push block because it's got the shutter. And it looks like ellendar for to walk through walls down here. You're gonna have to use up another key to get to this one-off location, and this one-off location is a few blue gorillas, and oh, there we go. It's a magic boomerang. ellendar are going to avoid picking that up. Already has a better boomerang. Don't want to replace it with something inferior. I mean, yes, it does go farther, but it also takes twice as long to come back to you. And that's more time that you can spend hitting things with boomerangs. Besides, if you're going to use the boomerang to stun enemies, which of course not in this seed because we've got 0 HP enemies. No, because what you want to do is you really want to use the boomerang to stun enemies that's in front of you and group them up together. So they kind of loses an advantage further away. Because if you stun an enemy further away, it's just going to get unstunned by the time you get close enough to slice at it. Yeah, but at the same time, though, even if you can attack it on the other side of the room, it's still going to take a while to come back to you. So you might be able to aim for that Lionel that's halfway across the water, but the other ones are still going to get you first. You want to kind of start with the ones that are closer to you. Anyway, I'm just arguing for the sake of arguing. And of course, I'm arguing with Fury SK, the well-known blue banana lover of the group. But I mean, what do I know? I haven't won a randomizer tournament, so take it as it will. I've just been confirmed that the restreamer is also a heretic. And anyway, here we go. So it looks like this is in fact level 3. It has the level 3 palette, and that Triforce location is flashing, which means that it is one of the pieces of Triforce that we need to get into level 9. Oh, okay, well that's an interesting shape right there. Hey, it's like the letter Z, but I kind of gave up halfway through. So I'm gonna say it's the Lay-Z, or Lazy if you're American. Meanwhile, Sharky digging. I believe this is level 4. Yet the dungeon palettes have not been swapped, and what where Sharky is in level 4. And the reason you can tell the difference between level 4 and level 6 is that level 4 has water, whereas level 6 has what the instruction booklet or the strategy guide refers to as rivers of blood. Unfortunately, ellendar taking a bop from that manhandler. Now, there is a dig dogger there that is a room, but I think we might have already checked and saw, already got the heart container, so I don't think there's anything down there. And we find another heart container here for ellendar. That's the staircase in 3. Getting confirmation from chat that the red bubble is the slow curse, the worst kind of curse. Here's another reverse C room. At least the keys haven't been, too terrible so far. Sometimes in these seeds you can really see how key-starved you can get. See, ellendar going back up to the place where they died. Yeah, the Triforce. I think the Triforce was beyond that manhandler room. Yeah, it was. And it's a beefy manhandler. There we go. Finally takes it out. There's the Triforce. Oh, I think that was intentional. Now, would you look at that? Already we're 18 minutes in, and ellendar can reach level 9. Problem is, we don't know where level 9 is. Yeah, this is almost as close to an open level 9 as you're going to get. Yeah, the best. Yeah, running for level 9, I'd say, is the best because this seed could be open in as little as 25 minutes. If level 9 is not that far away from here, and it happens to be an open Zelda, which it can be, then this seed could be over so quickly. However, if it turns out that Ganon is required to save the princess, we're gonna need that bow, we're gonna need those silver arrows. And we don't know where either of those are. We also don't know if the ladder is going to be involved. This could be a ladderless seed. But for all we know, we might need to get the recorder to enter a dungeon, to get the power bracelet to enter a dungeon, to get the ladder, to get the silver arrows that are on the coast. Or even better, to find the bow that's on the coast, and then we have to go back to another level, and then we have to find the silver arrows that's Goma blocked. It's all sorts of fun that can happen. We might find the recorder, and the recorder is 2 unbeaten dungeons, which would make it absolutely useless in terms of exploration. There's a lot of things that could still happen. Yeah, so Sharky here is in level 4. The other thing that could be very possible is we could also have a candleless seed too. Yeah, finding that level 9, that's going to be the hard part. Anyway, there's a candle for Ellendar. Alright, Ellendar is probably going to go check out the coast here. I'm going to pop into this cave here. Just another secret. Already has max money, so he can guarantee if we ever do find a book for sale, Ellendar might even just skip that and just go ahead and buy a blue ring. Now here we go, we've got level... Well, this looks like level 2. It should be level 2 since the pallets are not... Okay, so the wand is on the coast. So thankfully that wand is not required. Unfortunately... Well, I mean, we haven't run into any Wizrobes yet. But with 0 HP enemies, the wand is not going to be nearly as useful. Now, what would be useful would in fact be that step ladder. We are in level 5 here on Ellendar's side. 2Q8, you say? Yeah, maybe 2Q8, because that's right, that's the other palette. And this is 2Q7 then, if I am not... Now, of course, in second quest, palettes 7 and 8 are swapped. Ah, you know what? This actually looks like... That actually looks like it might be a vanilla level 7. It looks like it's starting out in roughly the same location. There we go. Sharky picking up that other piece of the Triforce. Both of them are now eligible to enter into level 9. Now there's level 5. Yeah, it does make level 9 an easier call. Now, of course, that's the problem with 0 HP enemies, is even though it'll take only one hit to knock them down, they can sure knock you down pretty easily, too. There we go, gonna burn this bush. Call this the K mark. So if you kind of look there, you can see sort of the letter K spelled out in bushes. And that's not going to open. Now they are going to screen scroll over to the Forgotten Spot. And we do have a Lost Hills check from Sharky. We're probably just going to see that it's the... No, we do have the level 5 entrance. But unfortunately, it doesn't have level 5 fun. There you go, ellendar screen scrolling over to the grave. Sharky thinking for a second. Gonna pick up the candle. There's our Armos item. It is the vanilla power bracelet. If it's the expensive shield, then yeah, it looks like we're not going to have a boomstick seed. Which means picking up the book... Well, actually, no. Picking up the book might actually still be advantageous. Because if they don't come back to claim that wand on the coast, then they won't have to worry about the penalty. Although with 0 HP enemies, the wand fire is not nearly as bad. Alright. And we are gonna go check up here. Nope, just another... So yeah, right now none of these runners are going to be stopping to check out any of these levels that they previously need. Here we go, we have found level 9 on Ellendar's side. Now unfortunately, because I don't have the audio up, I won't be able to hear the roar of Ganon as they would be able to. And oh boy, it's a Wizrobe infested, dungeon, but guess what? 0 HP enemies. These Wizrobes, not going to take it. So if it's 2Q with the last half, that means that this level 9 is going to be significantly far less annoying than some of the others. And you notice these, notice those post voicer are dropping bombs. So we do have some item shuffle going on. Item drop shuffle. Yep, chat pointing out that Ellendar does have 0 keys. But 0 keys might not be an issue, depending upon what happens. Now what Ellendar would love to see is the compass. Actually, I take that back. What Ellendar would love to see is the stepladder. Yeah, one-way wall into a Chevy room. Feels bad, man. There we go, we got some land molas. Land molas are considered bosses, so they are exempt from the 0 HP enemy rule. Oh. Oh my. We have a Ganon required. We have a Ganon required. This has been, you know, a change of plans. Now we need to find that bow. Now we need to find the silvers. Now we need to find a Ganon. So now, the next question is, where does ellendar start? 2Q7? Go off to the left here. Do we have a room? Yes, we do, actually. Let's see if there's anything underneath. The silver arrows could be here. Ooh. Yeah, those slow bubble curses are just the worst. Okay, nope, just a staircase. Now 2Q7 is not nearly as bad. It has a few staircases, and it has that one item staircase that we are looking for. There is also the fact that we have Heart Shuffle on, which means... Oh, well, I guess another thing we have too is we've got Mugger rooms. 2Q7 is known for having quite a few Mugger rooms. And it's 1 heart container or 1 bomb capacity upgrade. Which would actually be pretty good if it turns out that there's no white sword. Interesting. Yeah, you absolutely need to go through that Mugger room. Going through this to the other side is not considered in logic because block clipping will never be in logic. And ellendar, recognizing that, is going to go back and deal with the Mugger room. Yep, that's a good point chat has. Important items could be on, so level 9 could very well have both the silver arrows and the bow. It could also have the stepladder, which is required to go back to another dungeon to find, the silver arrows or the bow. We still also haven't seen any bait blocks yet. Bait blocks are very possible. So there's still quite a bit of variables left. Now here we go, we do have some wall masters. And we've got a push block here. What is this? Nope, it's just another staircase. But this is now 2 staircases, and if I remember correctly, there's at least 3 staircases in level 7? Yeah, 3 staircases, that's right. There's one that goes from the trap room, there's one that leads to the red candle, and the other one that leads to the middle part of the maze that has all the muggers in the vanilla. So this is probably going to be... Well, no, we've still got one left, but this could still be our item. Nope, it is another staircase. But if we do find the next set of staircase, it is going to be our item. There we go, Sharky picking up the letter. Now here's a room that could possibly contain our item. Question is, what is the item going to be, and is it any good? Yep, it opens up. This is gonna be our item. Oh, well, those red bubblers are saying, no, thank you, no, not today. We're gonna get by the bubbles again. Yes, no, yes, there we go. Oh, and I'm wrong. There is another staircase. This one leads over... Ah, that's right. There's a one-way staircase in level 7. That's right. And there we go. We've got a Aquamentus. Emphasis on the word aqua, because it's literally walking on water. And we have vanilla potion prices. And okay, so this room here, that's not going to contain a staircase. Now this, oh my. That could very well be our item. There's our compass, but we don't need the compass. That very well could be it, because I do believe that we can have staircases in dark rooms in second quest, especially if they also hold an item, like you saw there. that would be the regular second quest level 7 compass room. And now we have over here, fortunately we don't need the stepladder in this room. Going over here, finding out the Triforce. The Triforce is there out in the open. Nope, don't get bumped. Don't get bumped. Alright, well here's another... Well, actually this is possible that this could be our item room as well. But here we go, this one opens up. What do we have? Another staircase. How many staircases? Oh, you know what? This is where we were already here. Yes, now I remember. Okay, so here we go. So, we went down this staircase, and that other staircase was where we came out of the other one. And oh, double shoot. This is a dead end. And oh, another mugger room. Ouch. You know, if this is the case, I probably wouldn't be surprised. I don't know if ellendar saved after finding level 9, but it could be very well that ellendar might consider actually retrying and, you know, getting those bombs back. Yeah, Chad is right about that. First quest level 9 and second quest level 8 are both terrible when it comes to extra staircases, and there's another staircase. Okay, that explains it. Oh. That really does explain it. Oh, but you know, ellendar is going to cut their losses and just nope out of there. That might not have been a very wise decision. But on the other hand, though, knowing what we've seen, I don't suppose that we're really going to need too many bombs. So here's a level that's a little bit more manageable. This is level 5. It is Shapes level 5. Yeah, ellendar's gonna want that key. Meanwhile, Sharky's gonna check out what the vanilla second quest level 7 spot has. No, it has absolutely nothing. This is an interesting looking shape. So for those of you who are just joining us, we have found the location of Princess Zelda. We do need the bow and we do need the silver arrows. There's not yet any word on whether or not we require the stepladder. The Loser's Remorse flag is 0 HP enemies. We've got permanent sword beams on. First to level 6 is Shapes. You know, 7 and 9 is second quest. And ellendar just got grabbed. So there's a lot of unknowns. We don't know what's in level 9. Level 9 could be a forest red ring, silver arrows, or it could have important items. We know that heart shuffle's turned on. And, well, there's the boomerang. So we found the floor item here in 5. So now Ellendar's just looking for a staircase. It would be absolutely terrible if the bow or the silver arrows are in fact back in level 7. We did see a Dig Dogger room that had a a 5 block room. The 5 sets of 2 blocks that you find in level 7. It did have the map and the compass location, and it was a dark room. Here's an item, and it's a heart container. Oh boy. We haven't even found the white sword item yet. The white sword item could very well be, silvers or the bow. It could even be on that raft island. And we haven't even found level 1 yet. Oh, there it is. There's the bow for Sharky. So that's actually excellent information, and it looks like it's up here on Death Mountain. Wait. Didn't Ellendar find... Oh, that's right. Ellendar, screen scrolled over to the grave area. They never checked that spot in Death Mountain. Oh, so Sharky's got an advantage. Now Sharky only needs to... But actually, wait, no, because Sharky doesn't actually know that... Oh my. Sharky hasn't even found level 9. If Sharky goes into level 9, finds out Ganon's required, finds the silver arrows, Sharky can take this. Sharky can take this away from Ellendar. Yes, an unintentional advantage. But you know what? Those are actually the best kind of advantages. Because there's nothing more fun than when one person, comes into a match, is the underdog, and they manage to find a way to pull out a victory. And besides, wouldn't you love to see this go to a match 3? So now Sharky is in mapping level 9 mode. Where'd he go? Go up. Gonna go north first. One problem is, of course, is that, Sharky does have a lack of keys. There's a rupee boss. It was a really tough rupee boss. Sharky gonna take the shutter hint here and go over this way and find some Gibdos. There's a timely clock, as they say. But he's not interested in clearing that room out. He just wants to find Ganon and go. Now, one extra thing is that the runners can do is if they run into Ganon before finding those silver arrows, or, in Ellendar's case, silvers and the bow, they can actually take a little swipe at Ganon to see if it is, in fact, a 0 HP Ganon. And Sharky now has the confirmation that Ganon's required. Sharky now has a confirmation that this screen here, well, it can go eat a ham sandwich. What do we find here? Silver arrows! Silver arrows! Sharky is one Ganon room away from taking this match. Meanwhile, Ellendar doesn't know. Ellendar is looking for the bow. Digging dungeons. Didn't actually check to see if Death Mountain had the key. This is becoming quite the spicy match. Yeah, now finding Ganon, that's going to be a tough one. Especially considering I won't be able to hear the audio. Because if I turn the audio up, you're going to hear me echoing, and nobody wants that. Yeah, no, don't want to go back to this room. This room can go eat a bag of Skittles. Oh, so here we go. So ellendar is going to go back and dig level 2. Ooh, boy. There is one thing. There is only one way that Sharky will be at a disadvantage. And that is if the room or Ganon is ladder blocked. If we have a ladder block Ganon or if we have a ladder block Zelda, then ellendar can still take this. Sharky pausing to figure out what the next move is. Need to get as far away from your current position as possible. That would be... Ooh, getting a Wizro beam. Yes, so Sharky did in fact just taste the rainbow. Oh, here we go. Oh no, it's just a, What are you doing, Sharky? You have a candle. There we go. Yes, it is in fact a turnstile room. Is this Ganon? This is Ganon! Sharky has found Ganon in his own room. And it's a 0 HP Ganon! Oh my, okay, this match is over. GG to Sharky. Just has to do the final victory lap, and... Oh my goodness, I don't think you could have had a better level 9 if your name wasn't Saber. And that's it. We have a finisher. Sharky2107. Complete at 48:29. And with that, ellendar has forfeited from the race. There we go. So that's the kind of match that I kind of enjoy seeing those matches. And that's interesting because what it all came down to was, oh man, and the recorder tune was Gilgamesh from Final Fantasy V. Oh, it's too bad we didn't have audio for that. And we are joined by.
That was a seed.
That was a seed. That was, oh my goodness. I mean, yeah, that was. You know what that came down to? It came down to you actually going, the two different ways to get into Death Mountain. There was through the Forgotten Spot, and then there was the one just above.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what made all the difference. Ellendar actually didn't check one of those locations in Death Mountain where you found the bow.
Oh.
GG.
That was a pretty quick seed overall.
Yeah, that seed could have even been a lot quicker.
And at the end there, it's like, okay, I got 8 Triforces. I got no bow, no silvers. I'm gambling 9.
And then you find the bow on the way to level 9.
Yeah, and then I found a bow's like, oh, nice place for a bow. It's like, okay, the only chance I could have is red ring, silvers, and 9. And I'm thinking that flag was set. Red ring. I'm assuming red ring was in 9 somewhere.
Yeah, it most likely would have been because the forest red ring, silver arrows to 9. That's a common flag that has a tendency to be turned on in these seeds. It's not 100% likely, but it seems like it's more likely than not. So yeah, if your silver's away from go mode, then for sure level 9 is going to be your best bet to start.
Exactly, and no ladder. Well, hardly no items.
Yeah,
much.
that was a low percent seed, honestly.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Oh boy, indeed.
And only finding, I think, most of the dungeons, 6 of them. Yes, I found 6 of the, about 7 counting 9. And no, like 3 dungeons were close by start, and 3 other dungeons was like in the northeast corner area.
We didn't even find level 1, did we?
I think it was the dungeon by the coast that I got key blocked in.
Oh, okay.
It was very likely one based on the patterns I was seeing elsewhere. But
well, it looked like we had vanilla
3
palettes.
keys and, yeah, 3 keys and I don't know how to read the vanilla palettes.
Well,
But,
it's kind of a different. Well, it's like, for example, what I was mentioning was that levels 4 and 6, they both have that gold palette, but the difference is level 4 has water, whereas the level 6 has the rivers of blood. Yeah,
information that would be useful to know.
that's kind of a quick. That's kind of sort of a quick way to differentiate, because you've got you've got 3 and 5, 4 and 6, 1 and actually no 7 as well, kind of. Yeah, 3, 5, and 7 are all kind of similar. I mean, it depends. I guess it all depends on how you know things. But yeah, and then of course second quest, you've got 7 and 8 that are swapped.
Yeah, 7 was vanilla. That was
an ugly 7, and not only that though. I mean, the likelihood that there was an item that was dig dogger blocked.
It was either dig dogger blocked or ladder blocked. There was one room I hadn't checked.
Well, I mean, the one room that I figured, because the map room, I mean, that in the vanilla, that would have been the compass. And I do believe it was also a dark room, also in vanilla. Or maybe, I don't think it's a dark room in vanilla. I do know that there is a dark room in level 7 second quest that does contain a staircase, but I think that's a trap room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my one question for the seed is, where was the bow?
That's a funny thing you mentioned that. Here's the thing. So when you screen scrolled from the start to get to the Forgotten Spot, right? Sharky actually didn't do that. Sharky actually went one above and scrolled directly into Death Mountain, and the bow was actually, located between, basically located between, the river and, the grave. So
it was
that
white
little
sword item.
It was in fact the white sword item. Yes.
Man. man.
So Sharky didn't know where level 9 was. He actually ended up screen scrolling that way, found the bow on the way to level 9, found out Zelda was there, found out Ganon was required, then was able to hunt around for the silver arrows, and not only that, to top it all off, Ganon was 1 HP.
So what you're saying is if I went one tile further north, I would have finished
If you
half
went
an
one
hour
tile
ago.
further north, you probably would have had this seed in the bag.
Because I found Zelda's door like less than 20 minutes in. Like that could
Yeah.
have been it.
Oh God! And
Yeah.
I
Like
fell
this,
behind for the most part.
yeah.
I found 3 and 4's Triforces right away. I was like typing up notes because it's always awkward to have mystery shapes.
Yeah,
And
both of them
mystery
were in the
it was
shapes
just full
northeast
of
corner.
Triforces right away. And I'm like, well, let's find 9.
Yeah, I got key blocked in one of them. It's like crap. Well, but I'll come back, go south, check that dungeon. Like, okay, found I believe the compass. Like, okay, this is required. Like, okay, if I have an extra key, I'm going back north to get that Triforce and gamble on 9. Finding 9 was a troll, but it's like, okay, I'll have all these areas. I cleared most of it, and it's like, okay, I got Death Mountain. Let's go.
Yeah, I had a lot of bombs and the power bracelets and figured, well, I might as well spend the bombs while I have them. And more or less went straight up to 9 after getting the Triforces and found 9. But as soon as I saw the Zelda block, I'm like, well, I'm not going to gamble on bow and silvers both being in 9. So I figured I'd hunt the dungeons I knew, check the overworld a bit, see if I can find the bow, and then I was going to go immediately back to 9 as soon as I found the bow and just assume silvers were there.
Yeah, there were like I mapped it to north, go north one and west one. That was the Severs. So Severs are pretty early on.
Man.
I
Well,
know.
GG.
So have you decided what your loser's remorse flag is going to be?
I have not. I thought about a couple different things. I'll look the flags over and I'll let you know within an
I'll be
hour or
looking
something
forward to
like that.
seeing what you got.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
this
With
this this format is definitely very fun and wacky.
And I'm surprised it's a game 3. I thought it was going to go down 2 games to nothing.
Yeah,
Hey.
I
So
mean that's the thing about it is that you're right. It did feel like you were behind. We figured ellendar was probably going to, and then those are the seats that I love to see. Are those ones where it's just that one little thing that just propels somebody from the underdog status to, basically a shoe-in.
Yeah. I mean, if the bow was in like that item room in 7, like this could have been another hour because
Yeah,
who knows where anything was. All of these dungeons were trolls, every single one.
yeah.
exactly.
Those weren't too terribly great dungeons. Yeah.
Yeah, because that dig dog kind of scared me as well. It's like, okay, this might be the item. Because
We
I didn't
didn't
find
even
the
get.
item in there.
It's too bad we didn't even get to see the recorder. It was the Gilgamesh theme.
Oh man, that would have been neat.
Yeah.
Well, maybe next time we get that recorded and have a good song on it again.
Yep.
Makes me think, where is that recorder at?
I mean, where is anything in this scene?
Yeah.
The only things I found was cart containers, and obviously the bow as white sword item. There was no
Found
way to
both
find
boomerangs.
tags. I don't think I found the boomerangs. I know we started with the one, so
Yeah, we did find both boomerangs on the floor.
Yep.
I
Oh,
Yeah.
didn't even
GG.
track my items I got, honestly. Well,
Yep. All right
it's gonna
then.
be fun game 3. I'm saying that now.
Yep. Hopefully we'll know when you decide to schedule that.
I think we do have a tentative schedule, but I might have to reschedule. I just gotta see what's going on and double check,
Yeah.
and I'll get back, with that.
Yep.
But
Uh,
most likely, it's gonna be during the weekend.
Sounds
Okay.
good to me.
All right then. So good to have you on here. Good match, good interview, and hopefully we'll see you again.
Yep, and thanks for the commentary and Gary, doing the restream for Randomania. So, and it was fun. It's fun to be a part of the Zelda tournament, one rando tournament. It's my like millionth tournament for Z1R. So I have fun with these.
Oh yeah. All right then. So it looks like after we are done with this, we are going to go. We're going to go raid Zarnax42, who's playing some Dragon Warrior Randomizer. So yeah, any final words?
Nope, just GG's again, and let's hype up for game number 30.
Yep, it could either last 30 minutes or it could last 30 hours. You never know.
Hoping
Rando
it's
Scooter
not 30
Rando.
hours.
30 hours.
Fall asleep at the laptop with the controller in hand. Probably gonna die
The
in result
Zelda
of
one
this.
randomizer seat so trolly it takes more than a day to finish. No, I think that would be literally impossible unless you were to expand the game somehow. But anyway, so yeah, that's it for tonight then. Or should I say that's it for us right now. Checking up what's next on the schedule. Let's take a look here. And we do have a match coming up at. It looks like we've got a match coming up at 11 o'clock here on. What is it? Randomania 2. So same here. So we've got a match between Fury SK and Captain Green 7. That's coming up tonight at 11. And that's pretty much it.
Yep, thanks for doing the commentary again and for the restream. So, and that's
Yeah.
all I have.
Yeah, it's my first time going solo too. Commentary's easy when you have nobody to trip over.
I've done solo commentary in different tournaments, so I'm used to it myself.
You're used to my special commentary style. Anyway. All right then. So anyway, I am Jiggly Saint. Also, just want to mention out to follow our runners, ellendar and Sharky2107. Want to also give a shout out to Gary and Old Wolf, Restream, and Captain Green 7 on Tracker. And yeah, I'm Jiggly Saint, and everybody stay safe.